and publishing his opinions on a very controversial website, all from the comfort of death row. Dick Russ has been in touch with the folks who are providing this outlet for Sowell. Dick, what a strange story.
It is. It's a website, Jim, which has been involved with Sowell before, selling little bags of dirt scooped up from his yard on Imperial Avenue, the now infamous place where Sowell killed and hid the bodies of 11 women. This time, they're selling these. They're drawings that Sowell has been sending them from prison. And while many people can't believe this is happening or even allowed, customers are out there buying them and hanging them on their walls. Most people thought the next time they'd hear from Anthony Sowell would be when he files an appeal or is finally executed for the bloody murder spree that made all of Northeast Ohio shudder. But Sowell is back, front and center, on the website Serial Killers, Inc., which sells what's known as Murderabilia, items associated with the most notorious mass murderers.
There is a market for these items, and we're simply, passing these items along, and we are simply, supplying the demand for these items.
The hottest new items are these drawings Sowell sent to Serial Killers, Inc. All but one have already sold for as much as $225 each. A Philadelphia businessman bought this one, which shows the Grim Reaper above 11 tombstones, engraved with crosses or the letters R.I.P.
So I have heard about what he's done. When I bought the drawing, I did know 11 tombstones, 11 victims. I didn't know what it was about, and to me that's what makes it worth so much more, because it's something personal to him.
Sowell also sent a long letter to Serial Killers, Inc., which they published, where Sowell says, "I'm not breaking any laws, and I will keep on sending out letters, artwork, and photos. I'm not being paid for them. They have nothing to do with my case."
If Anthony's sitting in his cell 24/7 with nothing to do, and he draws a couple of pictures and decides to throw those in a package and put them in the mail to us, then that's good for us. I have no qualms about that. I make the money. I make the profit. Sowell is not getting paid for these pieces.
That's an important point. Sowell is not getting paid. That would be against the law, but he may get little favors from time to time from this website. That's what they told me. Maybe Sowell wants a little something from the cafeteria in the prison. He can't quite afford it, that sort of thing. They have tried to make laws against inmates selling things through third parties, like in this case, but so far that hasn't worked. And there are plenty of these, they call them Murderabilia websites out there.
Wow. But I mean, to us, and I'm sure to a lot of people watching, this just doesn't seem right. Now, what about the people that prosecuted him? Can they do anything about it?
I contacted the current prosecutor, the new prosecutor, Tim McGinty, and he said a convicted murderer like Anthony Sowell should not have access to a computer in prison, period. And that all his access to the outside world should be severely restricted, and everything he does in prison should be strictly monitored. Now, as long as Sowell is not making any money, it's legal, and he's not. And as we saw, there are eager sellers and eager buyers.
So that's the key, that he's not making any money.
Right, as long as he doesn't make any money, whatever you think about it, it remains legal.
You have to wonder what the victims' families are thinking. Wow.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. But we want to know, what do you think about this? Viewers are sounding off on our Facebook page, like Margaret, who writes in, "I wouldn't want the vibes that come from serial murderer artwork in my house. No way."
Jean says, sick. By doing this, he is still permitted to taunt the victims. Completely unacceptable.
And Nina says, not interested in anything about him. What do you think? Log into our Facebook page and leave us your comment.